Hello, everyone. I am Alok Sharma. I thought today let me give an eye opener to a very complex word on which Healy is based on. Okay, that's what my intention is, not to get into the mathematical equations, very complex equations, trying to solve them. Because I am not giving a lecture to students who are going to write an exam. So we are not going to write any exam or anything. It is only for an eye opener for the person to understand what is this complex world. So on which Healy is based. It is very, very complex, very, very difficult to understand. So I thought I will give an eye opener, a bird's eye opener type of thing. It will be little crude, but it will be technical thing. Sometimes it might happen that I may make some statements which looks rubbish, but all that is 100% true as on today. Because with the today's knowledge, today's technologies, today's experiments, that is what maximum possible to speak. Tomorrow it might happen that things may be different and things might get proved other way around also. That is what every time it is happening. Say, for example, earlier Dalton said, atoms are unbreakable, cannot be broken further. That is the smallest particle of the world. But proved wrong. So, that's what. So, as on today, whatever statements I am making, though it looks rubbish at some time, but they are 100% true as on today. Tomorrow might go wrong. It will be proved other way around. And same things happen with even Einstein for that matter. I will get into all those details. So this is just an introductory thing saying that this is what I will be speaking about. So let's start. Say if we look in the present world, where we live, where we see the things, where we enjoy our life. Say, all those things where we live obey definite mathematical equations and the laws, theories, hypotheses, whatever it is. They follow 100% for that matter. Force of attraction, there is a pakka mathematical formula, whether it is a small particle, big particle, or for that matter, one planet, another planet, satellites, moon, earth, anything for that matter. They always obey gravitational and force of attraction, gravitational force, etc. For that matter, momentum, velocities, relativities, everything. And all these laws are very, very accurate. If say, for today, for example, if I had to design a car, I know what are the laws to be applied, what are the mathematical equations to be used, and there is no question of error, estimation, that it might be so, it can change, it can do that way, this way, that nothing. They are very accurate and there is no question of error getting into that. If I had to design an aircraft, I know what aerodynamic equations I have to use. If I had to design a rocket and put a satellite into the orbit, I know very precisely what equations I have to use, what basic theories I have to apply, what formula I need to use, how I have to design a rocket. Although, of course, it is very complex also to design a rocket. And I can precisely launch a satellite with the plus minus 1 meter or 2 meter accuracy at the altitude of 36,500 kilometers. I mean, that is what I am talking. Very precisely it could be defined, very accurately it could be defined, and there is nothing called error or estimations or things like that. Now, this is what is the physical world in which we live. They obey 100% all the Newtons, Einstein, all the scientists' formulas what they gave, what theories they gave, what hypotheses they gave, everything. They 100% follow them. And we know, suppose if I say, I am sitting here, this is sofa. And if I see with the microscope, I can get into the atomic world. That is altogether different. So what I mean is, if I break this, if I keep on seeing this sofa with the microscope, I can see some molecules. If I further go into the microscope, I can see some atoms. If I further see the things, atom is made of electrons, protons, neutrons. If I further see, I can see a quantas. Further if I break, I can see quark. Further if I break it, I can see the waves. So, today this sofa, or for that matter even I am made of, say finally it gets into, I got into the waves. If I keep on breaking into the small particles. So the thing is, if I say this sofa is one state where I live, because I can see physically, I can touch physically, I can see physically everything. If I see it is not sofa, it is only a chair, or for that matter it is a bed, it looks rubbish. But you see, just now I was telling you, if I keep on breaking into the microscopic level, I can see the waves or electrons for that matter. So there are dual natures now. And so the most interesting part of it is whatever world we see the present, and as I said earlier, in which we are living, as I said earlier, that they 100% obey the mathematical equations and the laws given by the various scientists. But when we get into the atomic world, none of these laws are applicable, though they have velocity, they have frequencies, they have vibrations, momentum, etc. But none of these laws are applicable there. So, and all these things, what we see in the existing present world, they are studied, that is in something like classical mechanics. And another one, what I am talking is the atomic level. That is the one on which I would be elaborating little more, and that is known as quantum physics, modern physics, which is very complex, very difficult to understand. Because you see, as I said, this sofa is a wave. Who will agree? A sofa is a chair. Who will agree? Sofa is a bed. They will say it is a rubbish. It doesn't happen. So, if I say this is my speck, and this speck is something else also, nobody can agree. Because when I see this speck, it has got a perfect shape. I can wear it, I can touch it, I can use it, my visibility improves. But if I say it is something else also, nobody will agree. But in atomic structure, it does happen. That is what is called the wave-particle duality. And it is well proven thing that there are the two states of any matter, it is available. And you see, when, okay, let me give some example, I will get into the technical part a little more. If I say, I am going to a shopping mall. As long as I am available in the shopping mall, it is a shopping mall. When I come out, it might be something else. But you see, people will not agree to that. I am sitting in this room. As long as I am sitting in this room, it is a room. Otherwise, it could be a car. Will you agree to this? No, no. That is what is called the dual particle equality. Or wave particle equality, let me put that way, very precisely. So, what I mean is, this wave particle duality is well established as on today. Let me tell you how it is so. Now I am getting into the little more technical part on the atomic level. So there is some experiments was carried out. If I take one slice and put the slits and means the two sheets, there is a gap in between, there is a slide. So this slit is bombarded with electrons, particles, and other side on a wall, the pictures were taken, and what was seen is a one straight line. So whatever electrons are passed from one slit, it has formed an image of those onto a wall. So I can see, because it is one slit is there, so other side also I am seeing one line, fine. But suppose if I put the two adjacent slits and bombard with the electron gun, same electron I give firing, I can see an interference pattern on the wall. I don't see two slits. Two vertical lines I don't see. I see an interference pattern. Okay, interference pattern is, let me say clearly little more. It is something like one dark line, light line, dark line, light line, dark light, dark. Say many lines I will see. So one dark line will be there, then some gap white line will be there, again some dark line will be there, then again some gap will be there. So this is what the pattern I see. Which is, how can it happen? I have put the two slit only. So I should see the two images, but I can see an interference pattern. So something else is also happening. That is what it is surprising. Now, instead of that, suppose if I take a wave, energy, I generate a wave and put one slit. One slit, if I put it, I can see one vertical line. If I put two slits, again I get an interference pattern. Whether I put an electron gun, whether I put a wave, I am seeing once I put the two slits, I see an interference pattern. All vertical lines, one dark line, one light line, but I put only two slits. How is it happening? Now, I will further go one step forward. I will take an electron gun which is firing one electron at a time. Now I put one slit. I can see only one vertical image, because this is firing only one electron, keep on firing, but one electron at a time. At any given instant of time, it is firing only one electron. Number of electrons will be keep going, but one by one, in the sequence, in a line, I can see a one vertical line. So, whatever electrons are passed through the one slit, I can see one vertical line. Now I put two slits. So, again, I can see on the wall an interference pattern. Very astonishing, very surprising. Something else is happening. Whether I put one wave, a wave generator, or I put one electron gun, I can see the same pattern, an interference pattern. It means an electron works as a particle and works as a wave as well. So it has got the two status, wave as well as a particle. That is what it means. Now, say the problem does not end here. Actually, it is the start of the problem. Now, I kept one observer there. A person, I kept it there. When I am putting the two slit and firing with the one electron gun, means one electron gun means what I mean is one electron at a time the gun is firing. And with the two slits I have put it. And between this slit and the wall, a observer means a person is standing and watching. He is seeing only two vertical lines. If I remove person and record this pattern, I see interference pattern. It's still horrible. Do you agree? Can it happen? But it is fact. What I am speaking is 100% fact. As long as I see the things, it shows a different nature. When it is not observed, it shows another nature. That is what it is. So as long as the observer is there, it is seeing a pattern, he sees only the two vertical lines. Yeah, as long as if I disappear, if the observer is not there, if I don't keep a person there to observe it, or if nobody is there to see, it is in the waveform. I can see a wave because the interference pattern is generated by the wave. So it is nothing but the wave. As long as the observer is seeing, it is a particle. Observer sees particle. So he sees a two vertical line, only electrons. That is what it is. So everything is having dual nature. That is what is a wave particle duality. So means at a given instant of time, it is a particle and a wave. How do you like it? As long as the person is seeing, it is a particle. If person doesn't see, it is a wave. That is why, as long as I am sitting in the sofa, as long as I am seeing, it is a sofa. If I am not, there is no observer, there is nobody to see it. It could be a wave, it could be a chair, it could be a table, it could be any damn thing, it could be a wave. That's it. It doesn't exist. Wave is an invisible thing. Nothing is visible. Particles are visible. So as long as I am looking at the things, as long as I am seeing the things, I can see the perfect shape, I can see the present word. But as long as, if the observer is not there, it is in the waveform. So, if I say a house, as long as I look at the house, it is a house. But if there nobody is to see the house, it is not available. This is what is the the wave particle duality. And you see, many scientists, including Einstein, did not agree to this. He says whether observer is there or not, it is same thing. Like moon, if I am looking at it for I am looking at anything. As long as I am seeing the moon, it is a moon. If I don't see no observer, it is not a moon, it is something else. Einstein did not agree. He says, what rubbish? Let me go to... He tried to conduct some experiment to disprove this theory. These two slit experiments, he disagreed. He said nothing doing. Whether observer is there or not, it is only a single thing. As long as I am there, a house is there. If I am not there in the house, if nobody is seeing the house, it is not a house. And actually, that experiment is EPR paradox. The name of the experiment is EPR paradox. So what happened? It has happened something around in 1900th century where the atomic structure and other things came into the picture. At that time, the technologies was not all that developed. He was not having enough resources to conduct the experiments and prove. But anyway, he has attempted. But he could not. There are some more scientists was associated with the Einstein. They tried to conduct some experiment, but they could not really conclude much on that. So that is finally it is named as a thought experiment. But later on, it is something, this same experiment was done later on. I don't remember the name of the scientist, but I remember the content of that. That's what I said in the beginning, that I am not getting into the mathematical part of it. I am just trying to give a bird's eye opening thing. So earlier also it was done, and finally some other scientists carried out the experiments and they landed up in the new phenomena of quantum physics, which is known as quantum entanglement. Now, what is quantum entanglement? Because as I said, everything in the world is finally gets into the wave nature or a particle nature. Particle is a solid, particle is an electron or anything, and then a wave. So actually logically it doesn't sound very convincing. When I look at the world is made of a big things, the trees, stone, this, that, nature, river, sea, earth. They are same. But when I break that into the atomic level, when I go to the atomic world, they show a different nature. But the fact is, if one has to understand the word, he has to get into the atomic structure level, then only he can explain the world and universe for that matter. So let us get into the quantum entanglement, what it is. Means it could be, I am not talking the sinusoidal wave. Take one wave function, one peak in the middle, slowly his amplitude is coming down and one wave is generated. Fine. So this is some wave function. Take this amplitude or rather wave and square it up. What do you see? You see a probability distribution curve. Now, very funny things. Probability distribution function means what is the probability that a particle will exist where? What are the chances of the particle being available either at a peak of the wave or no, not wave, it is the probability curve. Either it, say the middle there is a peak, means the probability is high, the particle will exist. Slowly it will start decaying down. But you see, if a probability curve, if I draw, there is a down curve, goes up, comes down. So either it can exist on the top or it can exist at the bottom. So there are two status. So a particle can exist either at the top level or at the bottom level. I am talking at the wave function only still, and that exhibit the particle nature where it can be existed. What is the probability that it will exist? Isn't it? Surprising, no? Two status I am getting for the same particle. Either high or low. Or I can try to put it little differently. Take two waves. One wave this side, one wave that side. Let them interfere and cross. Like this. One wave has gone this side, which was here, it has gone this way, long distance. The wave which is crossing from here, it has gone this way, long distance. But still the probability curves remains the same. These two waves which has interfered and crossed and gone for a far distance. It means the two particles, the probability which is high and low has crossed and one has gone left side, one has gone right side and they have gone far away. So they are linked with each other. And whatever is the distance between them, distance is immaterial in fact. Suppose if I say one particle is in the, one wave has gone to the North Pole, another wave has gone to the South Pole, total Earth. That is what is the, we can do the experiments on the Earth as well. Now. And they show the reciprocal behavior. If a particle is on the North Pole, that wave is on the North Pole means the particle availability is on the North Pole is at the high level. The probability is high available there. It means another particle which is on the South, another wave which is on the South Pole, the particle which is on the South Pole, it will be at the low level. So what I am trying to say, if I know North Pole particle behavior, I can predict the South Pole particle behavior. Or let me put it this way. There are two persons A and B, very far off from each other. If I can know the properties of A person, I can find out the properties of the B. And it is happening at the, please note the one thing that it is the same instant of time. This is what is called the quantum entanglement. Here the distance is immaterial. Not only the North Pole, South Pole. Say, one particle is available at the one end of the universe, Another particle is available at the other end of the universe. If I know the particle A is in the high state, other end of the universe particle will be in the low state. So if I know the behavior of the particle at one end of the universe, I can predict the behavior of the particle at other end of the universe. It means there are two particles available. That is what is called the particle or that quantum entanglement. It means if a person, say I am speaking here, there is another similar person like me sitting somewhere else in the world, another end of the universe, could be some other universe, could be any other thing, any other place. And distance is immaterial. If whatever my status is getting changed, same instant other instance is getting changed. And you see, here Einstein's theory of relativity failed. His basic thing is nothing could be traveled more than the light velocity. And I am saying the same instant of time. It is happening. It means something is traveling which is beyond the speed of the light. It doesn't obey your mathematical any of equations or any of the word equations or any of the mechanics equations here. It simply keeps on challenging all those equations, all those theories. Einstein theory is proved wrong here in atomic structure level, but it is fact, it is happening. That is why they say all individuals are interconnected, linked at the atomic structure level. If someone has to understand the atomic structure level or the universe, he has to get into the atomic world, then only he can explain the whole universe. Everybody knows the universe is developed through a big bang. Then slowly develop the thing. There is a one universe here. There could be another universe. There are millions of universes. One earth is here. There could be another earth. Whatever is happening to this earth, the other status is, this earth is on the high state, other earth is on the low status. And it is happening more than the light velocity at the same instant of time. Very funny. Isn't it? Einstein proved wrong here in atomic level, in atomic world. So, okay, let me go a little more further, though it is very funny that whatever I am speaking, I know. It looks like a magic. It is not a magic. And this is not the I am saying so. This is what the quantum physics or quantum mechanics say so. And word is made of, as I said in somewhere earlier, that frequency, vibration and energy. That's it. That is what it is. Now, if I say after Big Bang, let us get into the little more. Conscious and thoughts. Okay, if I had to say conscious, I don't know. Perhaps in Hindi, it could be Chetana or Atma in our old, jo sadhu sannyasi, old future people, the past, the old people, they say Atma. All this is invisible thing. Thoughts, your vichar, they are all invisible. They are all waves, but they have energy. So after Big Bang, consciousness and the thoughts only developed the word. Very funny. This is what is the quantum physics says so. And quantum entanglement say one person is available here at the same instant of time, another person is available there, communicating with each other, exchanging the information with each other more than the light velocity. That is what? One person is at this end of the universe, another person is at some other end of the universe, Still they exchange the information. One is in the high state, another one is in the low state, more than the light velocity. Einstein proved wrong. Consciousness and thoughts, they are the basis. As long as the conscious is available, the world is existing. If conscious disappear, world will disappear, universe will disappear. How do you like it? Say, these are all the invisible things. Quantum world says so. Because the one more funny thing is, in quantum world there is nothing called time. In the present world, where we live and see the things, say the child is born, grown little more, go to school, he studies, start earning the money, get onto the job, get married, get old, die. So it is a linear with respect to time, right? But in all these things will happen in the atomic level also, but not in this fashion. It might happen, the person is old, afterwards he goes to the school, afterwards he is born, and then he starts earning. It can be in the different sequence. There is nothing called the time frame. That is how the information is exchanged in the quantum entanglement with more than the light velocity. Because there is nothing called time dimension here. Say, that is what I was telling in the beginning, that none of the laws which are applicable to this existing world in which we live and we experience the thing, we enjoy the world at the atomic world. That is what it is. Very funny. But it is true. So whatever I spoke today looks funny, looks magical, looks rubbish, but as on today's known technology, they are all facts, they are all recorded, they are all experimented and proved. Tomorrow it could be proved wrong, that is a different story, I do not know. But as on today, it is so. So finally we are getting into whole world is made of frequency, vibrations and energy. And very interestingly, this whole imaginary world, Healy is, this excellent device is based on only on this. 90% of the Healy works on imaginary world, your thoughts, your conscious, it works on that, it works on the waves, it works on the energy, because it injects your frequency, it injects your energy in the waveform, in the frequency, varying the frequency. And once you vary the frequency, it means you are injecting the waves. You are injecting the wave means you are getting into the atomic structure level. You are trying to repair the cell at the atomic level. That is where the Healy is based on. It is basically quantum physics. You can see on the Healy, there are quantum sensors are available there. So it is a quantum physics basically. So whatever I am talking about, it is true with respect to the Healy as well. It works on the mental issues, it works on the physical issues, it works on every damn thing. And you cannot, once you get into the waves, there is nothing called gender. A female, male, they are all in this present world where we live physically. But at the wave level, it hardly matters any damn thing. So, for you to understand, only the different names are given in the programs. But basically, there are the wave pattern only are generated and given to you. So it might happen, I say, I am a man. If I run a program, I can get a mensuration cycle. But so that is for the human being to understand. But finally, a wave is given of that mensuration related, cycle related wave to me. It may be required for me something else. It has got the many functions, which is very difficult to understand. But thanks to the scientists of Healy who invented this and made such a beautiful, excellent device to increase and comfortable, healthy life of the human being. It is a great service for the humanity the Healy is doing. And in fact, my experiences with the Healy were very excellent. Excellent device. Thanks to the Healy. Bye bye Healy.